The original Far Cry was one of the best PC shooters of 2004. So when Ubisoft announced last year that it was bringing Far Cry to the Xbox, a lot of people thought it couldn't be done. That's because Far Cry was a technologically amazing game that pushed the PC hardware to its limits. So how could it possibly work on the Xbox, people wondered? It turns out the answer is to throw everything out and build a new game from scratch. And this is what Ubisoft Montreal did with Far Cry Instincts. This is a game that's not only better than the original Far Cry, it's also one of the best shooters on the Xbox, period. Far Cry Instincts is a completely different game from Far Cry. About the only thing it shares in common with the PC game are the characters' names and the whole tropical island setting. You play as Jack Carver, a retired Navy commander who now charters a boat to rich tourists in the Pacific. After a mysterious woman hires you to take her to a remote tropical island, helicopter gunships appear and blow you out of the water. You awaken on shore, unarmed, and from there you must figure out a way to rescue your passenger and get the heck off the island. Far Cry Instincts works because it's a game that captures the feeling of being alone in the jungle. This is an amazing game to look at, and you'll find yourself stopping and gazing at some of the wondrous vistas that you encounter. However, all this eye candy is there for a reason. Far Cry isn't like any other shooter because you don't run and gun your way through the game. Rather, you have to be like a predator. This means hiding in the grass, crawling up behind someone, and then stabbing them in the back. Or, our favorite, setting a branch trap and then luring someone to their deaths. That's not to say that Far Cry Instincts is only about stealth gameplay though. There is tons of gunplay in this game, and you'll engage in countless nail-biting firefights against opponents that are human, not human, and in between. You'll battle enemies that are tough and smart, and they'll find cover, fall back if wounded, or come after you with a vengeance. At your disposal are a ton of weapons, like machine guns, shotguns, and even your own claws. That's right, part of Far Cry Instincts is that you become a mutated human yourself, and you unlock a number of animal-like abilities, like superhuman strength and speed, as well as the ability to see in the dark or shred enemies instantly. You can also commandeer a number of vehicles in the game, including ATVs, jet skis, hovercraft, Humvees, and even a hang glider. The vehicles in the game are a bit tricky to control though, as the controls and physics are touchy in general. Vehicles are mainly a way for you to get from point A to point B faster though. They're still admittedly cool. We really like the single player portion of Far Cry Instincts because this is literally an epic game in every sense of the word. You'll battle through huge levels that take you through the jungle as well as underground. You'll explore sinister facilities, battle armies of mercenaries and monsters, and even assault a volcanic lair that's straight out of a James Bond movie. After you're done with the single player game, Far Cry Instincts has a number of multiplayer modes such as Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, and Capture the Flag. The most unique and exciting mode, though, is Predator, which pits one player against the rest. That one player, though, gets all the feral abilities from the single-player game, which means they have superhuman speed and senses. Predator mode can get crazy when you're wondering just exactly who is hunting who. With the Xbox about to be succeeded by the Xbox 360, Far Cry Instincts proves that there's still a ton of life left in the system. This is a game that pushes the Xbox to its limits, but it also delivers stunning graphics and excellent gameplay. And it's simply a game that you have to buy if you're a first-person shooter fan and if you own an Xbox.